Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/PettyRevenge. In today's episode, don't bring your dog to the office. Don't throw stones when you live in a glass house. Parking revenge. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Don't bring your dog to the office. I worked for an internet company in Maine. The company was then bought out by a company in RI. Once every few months this snotty jerk would come to visit from the main office. Most of his comments were condescending, "Us redneck Mainers, blah blah." He'd always come with this stupid labradoodle like he was the lord of the manor visiting the peasants. I was the supervisor for the newly created phone department and spoke to him about 2 employees who were allergic to dogs. He didn't care and still kept bringing his dog on his trips/visits. I would get advanced notice of his visits, so one day a fellow coworker I enlisted and I went out for lunch and each brought back a rack of ribs, from the local barbecue place. After enjoying them we went and placed one rib bone into all 20+ trash cans in the call center, as well as in each office trash can. The pure joy of watching him try and pull his dog away from every trash can they walked by over and over and over again can't be explained. I got a call from his boss a few days later, and I played it off as innocently as I could. "Well, sir, you don't expect that employees can't have a snack at their desks, do you? I mean, I could get an official break schedule going, but that would require hiring more people." I did ask Mr. Y if he could stop bringing his dog. Not only are 2 employees allergic to dogs, but this is a professional office. He was unaware of that fact. No more dog, and even better, no more him. We started getting a new manager for visit and they were less often too. Update. Wow, lots of questions about the dog. I honestly don't know if the tech support employees were allergic or not. They came to me, and I registered their complaint, but I didn't bother nor did I feel the need to verify if the dog was giving them any real problems. For me, it was more about the man than the dog, and the dog was just used as the tool to get rid of him. I personally love dogs and have had 5 dogs over my 50 years of life. We have a German Shepherd right now. Don't throw stones when you live in a glass house. This happened a few years ago, but I still think back and laugh. My first cousin Jay has always been estranged from our family, so much so I know no personal details about her. She had one of my cousins before I was born. He and I have always had a good relationship. I had gone to a local cafe for lunch when I noticed Jay sitting with some other lattice. She was looking at me, so I waved. She called me over to her table. When I got to their table, Jay introduced me to her friends as Samies, my older sister, youngest sister. She then said, "But they don't have the same dad," then smirked at me. I was like, WTAF. She's really going there. It's not the first time she's disrespected my mum for having kids to 2 different men. I then looked at her friends who were looking at me, waiting to confirm or deny the fact my dad isn't biologically my sister's, and said, "Yes, that's right, but at least my mum knew to go outside of the family when having relationships and kids." What's your son's father to our grandmother? I walked away thinking, good luck in explaining you hate our family because they wouldn't support a relationship between you and our grandmother's first cousin, and the fact you also have 3 baby daddies. The look on her face was priceless, and I'm sure I'll be receiving MSGs soon. No hate against multiple baby daddies, just don't $. Speak bad about my mama and hers. Especially if you keep your baby daddies a secret. Parking revenge. So this happened a few years ago when I lived in a condo building with assigned parking located underneath the building. My parking space had a concrete pillar on one side, making my parking space a bit smaller than the others and a little more challenging to get into. I had a small Ford Escape and I'm pretty good at backing in, so it wasn't a big deal. That is until my parking spot neighbors got a brand new Mercedes SUV. I can't remember the exact model right now, but it was big. If they parked within the lines it wasn't an issue, but they began to park on the line and then over the line. The first couple of times I shrugged it off and figured that they would eventually learn to park the behemoth. Then I came back one night after going out with my girlfriend and they had parked more than a foot into my parking space. There was barely enough space to fit my car, but with the power of pissed-offery, I did it. Then I decided that I wasn't close enough to their new SUV and I proceeded to realign my car until you couldn't see daylight between the two. To top it off, I cut my tires all the way to the left so that they sat in front of the Mercedes. I then left the car there for 3 days and didn't move it. When I finally did move it and they were able to get the car out, they never parked over the line again. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.